torment never end. First, I had to vie for Megatron's favor against that treacherous harpy arachnid. Now I must contend with Shockwave and his incorrigible beast.
Oh, look on the bright side, Starscream. At least one of them is currently on ice, locked up tight in the vault of our warship.
Oh, how I would love to stuff Shockwave and his mangy abomination right into that stasis pod beside her. The only reason his Project Predacon is currently in full swing is because I supervise the acquisition of his dozens of Predacon bones. Will you please keep your lab rat quiet while I'm airing my grievances?
Starscream, help me.
My. Whatever have you been inflicting upon poor Silas?
Ha! Well, anything that merits the need for a living petri dish.
Despite your justifiable lack of regard for his human side, it doesn't trouble you to watch what remains of your former partner endure your scientific endeavors.
Not really. Besides, Silas once had poor Breakdown pinned to his lab table. I think my former partner would be pleased to be a part.
What just happened?
You recall that synthetic energon I recovered from the Autobots? Well, I've been reproducing the formula to test its viability as an alternative energy source. However, the compound remains erratic, and there have been side effects.
Such as?
Starscream, I hope you replaced your T-cog because I'm going to tear it out all over again and feed it to Knockout!
Sheer unbridled aggression.
Such power and fury. Megatron has long desired a beast machine super soldier, and we now possess the means of delivering one to him.
Tell me of the Predacon protophones. What is the status of their incubation?
Master, if I do say so myself, I have made the most intriguing discovery. It appears that...
Not now! Please continue, Shockwave. No one important.
Did you speak with our liege about our little enterprise?
He was otherwise engaged.
I am gonna make you suffer in ways you will not believe!
Just how much of this synth-N have you given him?
2 additional doses, 3 at the most. But Silas's increasingly volatile nature isn't the only wrinkle. It appears that the more green stuff I administer, the faster this monstrosity formerly known as Breakdown burns through his own natural energon reserves.
This will not do! Megatron already possesses one unruly beast with that Predacon of his. What good is another freak of nature that cannot be controlled? Wait. I'm a fool.
Dark Energon? You are more than a fool, Starscream. I think your neural cluster has blown a massive fuse.
Oh, on the contrary, dear Doctor. Adding Dark Energon to the formula should provide Lord Megatron with full control over his super soldier.
Okay, true that Lord Megatron seems to possess a symbiotic link to anyone or thing infused with the dark matter, allowing him to manipulate them as if they were puppets, but... have you forgotten what the so-called Blood of Unicron did to our warship?
That was the result of a massive infusion. I am suggesting a drop or two, merely enough to allow our master to command his warrior at will.
Even so, it's too drastic a measure to undertake without Shockwave's approval. I do, after all, report to him.
Not on this project. Super soldiers fall under military operations, meaning, dear Knockout, that you now report to me. Are we clear? humans in any form cannot be relied upon.
It's alive!
Scrap! Oh, for the love of... Now what?
I tried to tell you before. It's a side effect of the synthem. He's burned through his own natural reserves.
Then perhaps we should withhold any infusions for a while. Might calm Silas down a bit. Make him a tad more manageable.
Need energon.
Do you think he's actually trying to...
Suck out our energon with that thing? Sure seems that way.
See if you can hold him off.
What? Wait for me! We need to sound the alarm!
Out of the question. Megatron will undoubtedly hold us responsible.
But we are!
Well, you are, mostly. Anyway, his lordship doesn't need to know that. Not if we handle this the right way.
Meaning?
Use your head, Knockout. This ship is crawling with highly trained Viacon troopers armed for combat. The moment Silas attempts to feed, they will neutralize him for us. Problem solved. Once we recover Silas's body, we must dispose of it as quickly and efficiently as possible. No trace of him can be allowed to remain.
His infected body. Gone. Completely drained of energon. Tell me something, Starscream. When you said problem solved, is this even close to what you had in mind?
I do not appreciate your tone, Knockout. This brewing catastrophe is hardly my fault.
Well, it certainly isn't mine.
Oh no, you're the mastermind who chose to experiment with synthetic energon.
And you're the monkey wrench who thought it was a good idea to dabble in voodoo.
Energon! I thought you said he had no spark!
Dark energon. It reanimates the dead. Aim for the head!
What? How do you know?
I have seen human horror films. At drive-in theaters.
Forget the head! Go for the spark!
We severed its link to the dark energon. Human horror films wasted time.
Energon.
If the mutation can be passed along with a single bite, the entire crew is at risk.
You're saying Silas could beget more Terracons?
It could happen. And the ensuing feeding frenzy could turn this entire warship into a scrap heap. So now, can we sound the alarm?
You there! Have you noticed any unusual activity in this sector? This situation might be a bit more dire than either of us ever imagined.
I find it rather ironic that after battling Autobots all these years, getting smacked down, shot at, blown up, this is how our lights go out?
Drained of our precious fluids. If this is indeed the end, if we are to become Terracon Chow, it has been an honor serving Lord Megatron with you.
You're no breakdown. Though I must confess, I have always admired your lustrous finish.
Well then.
Should be going.
Would either of you like to tell me what exactly is going on?
Yes, absolutely nothing, my liege.
All is quiet. Too quiet. One could even say dull.
Funny, because the dark energon within my spark has been pulsing.
Allow me to handle this. It's Knockout's fault!
Precisely my what?
He infused Silas with a cocktail comprised of dark and synthetic energon, creating a monstrous mutation which is now on the verge of turning your entire crew into mindless energon-sucking Terracons.
I do not know from what madness your yarns spring, Starscream. But if I learn that you have been dabbling with my dark energon stores again, attempting to infuse yourself with its formidable power...
My liege?
Let me just say... you have been awarded more chances for redemption than anyone in Decepticon history. Energon! Hey, you there. What are you doing? I order you! Stand down!
We did try to tell you.
Then why can I not command the monster to follow my bidding?
While the trace of Dark Energon should have granted you control over these ghouls, I believe the synthetic component may be corrupting your link to them.
Initiate high alert. Instruct all troops to keep their distance from the mutations and terminate on sight. Your fate, however, remains to be seen. Why are you still here? Find this creation of yours and eradicate it immediately.
I realize Lord Megatron's only doing this to punish us, but how are we the best choice to hunt down Silas? I mean, why not deploy his beloved beast machine super soldier, After all, it is supposed to be the ultimate hunter.
Out of the question. Can you imagine if the Predacon became infested? Nothing could stop it.
not exterminate you once already?
John!
Second time's the charm. But to be certain, I shall remove your very spark. Silas, whatever have they done to you? Oh, but more importantly, thank you for freeing me.
No, thank you.
Whatever. Insecticons, heed me. Heed me. Heed me. Your queen has returned.
Our ordeal is finally over.
Or not.
Scrap!
Starscream, have you made contact with the Plaguebringer?
Actually, my liege, I have good news. And bad news.
Loyal servants, the time is now. Lay waste to all Decepticons. Leave no trace of them in your wake. Soundwave. I vow that on this day, the world will hear the sound of your screams.
Containment protocol you recommended to prevent any further outbreak is now underway. Oh, and Shockwave, having just lost more than half our military might, I cannot stress enough the importance of Project Predacon. See if you can speed things along, will you? Knockout, need I remind you that as the ship's medic, you report directly to Shockwave, not Starscream.
Understood, Master.
Just to be sure, you will hand over all of your projects to him immediately, including this synthetic energon.
As you wish, my liege.
And as for you...
Lord Megatron, if you would just allow me to explain things...
No. Allow me to explain things in a manner which I know you'll understand. Your Majesty, we await your command.
Approach me. Serve your queen.
Doctor, what is the current status of your synthetic energon experiments?
Doing the best I can, Commander, given the lack of functional equipment at my disposal.
You do realize that an alternative energy source may be essential to our survival.
Believe me, Ultra Magnus, no one is more acutely aware of the stakes than I am.
Of course. Beast Hunters, may I ask why you are not currently scouting Grid 305 for Predacon bones?
Because we just returned from surveying grids 301 to 304?
To log our field reports, per your protocol, Commander Magnus. Sir.
Soldier, I don't recall giving you permission to leave the base.
Because you didn't, sir.
Why are your hands smeared with coolant?
I recalibrated your ship's engines. You can expect a 10% increase in vector thrust.
Welcome back.
Optimus, good to see you.
Good to have you back, Optimus.
Decepticon activity is at a lull. I fear that Megatron may have collected the specimens he requires to clone his army. Ultra Magnus, something has been troubling you.
I fear that my command style may be having a negative effect on unit morale.
Your service is most welcome, old friend. But this is not the elite guard.
Things have changed since the war for Cybertron.
And we must adapt to that change. The members of Team Prime are not cogs in a machine. They have grown into something greater than an army. They have become...
Optimus, our scanners have detected exposed energon.
With our reserves at a critical low, we cannot afford not to investigate. Decepticons, step away from the Energon and surrender.
Look at all that sweet fuel.
Stealth team, transport our cargo back to base. Wreckers, reconnoiter the mine.
I've always wanted to roll with the wreckers. Sir?
No Energon signals.
And no additional security. Something doesn't smell right.
Pair off.
Well, this is one whole lot of ugly.
Megatron's cloning operation seems further along than we anticipated.
Starscream, the Autobots have arrived. You did not inform me that your plan was already in motion.
Only so the whole affair would appear less staged.
I have yet to purge my lab of sensitive materials.
Then do not let me keep you, Shockwave. Over and out.
You scrapped him on purpose, didn't you?
Soundwave, I require an immediate ground bridge.
permission to employ a grenade in a confined space, sir?
If you and I are all that stand between these monsters and the natives of this planet, then by all means, blow these beasts back to the rust age.
Who's this guy?
The very same who has previously allowed you to live, but will not today.
He's the Predacon.
Whoa, what was that?
What have you done to my brethren? What have you done?
Well then, let's dance. I was just beginning to tolerate you.
It's been an honor serving beside you, soldier.
Prepare to perish. Ratchet will take good care of you.
Magnus fought like a wrecker.
Optimus, when we spoke earlier, what could be greater than an army?
A human concept. One I have learned since coming to Earth. Family. Do not despair, my Predicane. For I vow to you that the Autobots will pay dearly for the outrage against your kind. Shockwave, report!
It is true, my liege. Project Predacon has been rendered null and void. At least I have been unable to recover any beast forms. However, there is something you must behold for yourself.
What is this?
Pure Cybertronian cybermatter. Not unlike that which once existed upon our primeval homeworld.
Was that which engendered my citadel here on Earth the result of the explosion?
Indeed, yet the cybernucleic acid alone cannot account for these cyber forms. All possible logic points to the presence of one unexpected variable. Synthetic energon.
I've done everything I can, considering the limitations of my equipment and less than ideal spare parts. It remains uncertain if Ultra Magnus's new appendage will be fit for battle, though it should prove functional after the requisite amount of therapy.
That is all we can hope for, old friend.
You doing okay?
I'm still two-fisted.
So's Magnus.
Wait and see. The claw is gonna become his signature. You know, like the way you own that voice box Ratchet slapped in your throat? I mean, everyone understands you fine. Why would you even consider getting it fixed now, all right?
Whoa. What'd he say?
B's kinda still attached to the sound of his own voice. His original one.
Hey, look at the bright, shiny side. Commander Magnus and Jackie single-handedly put the kibosh on Project Predacon. Though at least one beast that we know of remains. The one who has demonstrated the ability to transform.
Prime! It's Cons again. In progress this time.
Coordinates received, Agent Fowler.
Let's roll.
Yep. Your ability to roll remains predicated upon further exploration of your manual dexterity.
I'm afraid that Ratchet's authority supersedes my own in medical matters.
Understood.
Ratchet, reopen the ground bridge, but ensure that the humans are kept at a safe distance, for we will be returning with a Decepticon prisoner.
Because we had the foresight to shield our new base, our captive will be unable to transmit his coordinates to the Decepticon warship.
Nor will they in turn be able to pinpoint his location.
Guess we have all the time in the world to make Mr. Personality tell us everything he knows.
The Khan's surveillance chief must know a lot, right?
But Soundwave doesn't speak, does he?
I'm not sure he even has a face.
Why is Megatron stealing human technology? What is he attempting to build? Why is Megatron
stealing human
technology? What
is he attempting
to build?
Whoa. Optimus Prime, the remix.
Oh yeah? Why don't I wipe that smile right off his face?
Soundwave, we have treated you fairly. For the sake of the natives of this planet, tell us what Megatron is attempting to build, before we are forced to rely upon less civil methods of interrogation.
Scrap this! Soundwave is no ordinary Cybertronian, inside or out. So I would strongly suggest opening him up, so we can have a first-hand look at the information recorded on his drives.
Uh-oh.
All right, he's downloading data.
No. Soundwave is erasing data.
Soundwave superior. Autobots inferior.
Is he?
His vital signs remain functional. It seems he has simply severed all communications by crashing his own drives.
I'm on my way to the base, but I just got word. The Khans busted into the Solaris Particle Collider project at the South Pole.
Autobots?
What? Yep.
Doc, the commander's ready.
Fine.
Bulkhead, smokescreen, remain here with Ratchet to guard our prisoner. Everyone else, transform and roll out.
Can't we throw a tarp over him? He's creeping me out.
Yeah, it's like he's watching, no matter where you go.
Would both of you stop focusing on what Soundwave can or cannot see and help me figure out what he did not tell? Like why Megatron would be interested in something believed to generate enough power to create a black hole.
Black holes. So Megatron's looking to swallow up the known universe.
And everything in it.
No! He would merely want to harness the power of something capable of swallowing worlds in order to create one. Oh, my. Optimus, I know this hardly seems the time, but it may aid you in your task.
Go ahead.
I believe that Megatron may be attempting to rebuild the Omega Lock. Do we let him?
No, for you know as well as I that Megatron will use a reconstructed lock to cyberform both Cybertron and Earth. And that is one abuse of power that we cannot allow.
Understood.
The Decepticons must not be allowed to secure their target. I will engage the Predacon.
You heard your leader. Forge ahead.
thought he knew we were coming.
You think?
Ratchet, it may not be with the Forge or the Omega Lock, but we're gonna find a way to get our planet repaired.
Oh no.
For lovers who love one another. A is for ass, of which I like to eat. U is for you're the only one for me.